everyone. So I just wanted to go over my play from this morning on MESO. Um, I noticed that news had came out on this stock pre-market, and it was near its all-time highs up here, and it started running. And so let's look at 3-year chart. Once it broke $12 pre-market, I just knew that it was going to continue going because that was basically confirmation. And if you just go back all the way to 10 years, I mean, this thing used to be up $52 or so. But if you look at this right here, this key level of resistance at 1275, once it breaks that, then there's no resistance, and you don't have to go back 10 years to even see that. But you can see it right here, that there was a top right here. This is 1070, roughly around 1070-ish. There's a top right here, a top right here, and then one right here. So I'm looking for this stock to break all three of those tops, which those tops are called resistance levels. And once it does, then that's a clear indication that this thing can continue running. So in the chat room, I alerted this stock around right here when it was breaking that $12 level, and that's when I got in. I got in right here once it confirmed that it broke through cleanly. Got in at $13, and then it ran up to $16 right here. I held because it was still pre-market, and it was only roughly 7:55, so let's say 8 o'clock. And when it dropped right here, that's when I gained confirmation that it was going to continue, because it bounced right off of the resistant level. So when it bounces off the resistant level, then that becomes the new support. And you can see that it started uptrending again. So I held throughout the whole pre-market and into the open, because as the market started opening, I saw this huge volume candle come in. And that's when I got confirmation, and I even notified it in the chat that this thing was about to take off. And so I put a sell order limit at $20, because I saw that this thing actually, the first minute of opening, of market open, it was halted. And when stocks get halted, it's because of the volatility. There's just too many people trying to buy, people holding overnight that were short on the stock that are now being crushed. And so when it stopped here on the halt, that's when I put in my sell order to sell at $20. So because on the bid right here, it was bidding around $19.50, and that's when I knew that once this thing gets unhalted, that it was just going to blow through that $20 level. And I don't know how much further it would have gone, but it was a good stopping point for me, exiting point, give the fact that the stock was halted literally within the first minute of opening. But it went all the way up to 2060. I mean, now it's crashed, yeah, but from this 8 o'clock play to roughly 9:37-ish, an hour and a half, I was able to profit $553. And that's really good for an hour and a half. And I'm done working for the day. I literally stopped trading at 9:40, and now I have the whole rest of the day to do whatever I want. Um, and I'm just going to continue making video lessons about this. The reason why it also, one main thing that I forgot is the reason why the stock was up so much is because news came out of it. Hold on, let me check it real quick what the news was. The news was that it right here that it had survival in COVID-19 patients with moderate, severe, acute respiratory distress syndrome treated in New York, which right now the hot sector is any COVID-19 plays. So everybody wanted to get into the stock very quickly. And if you're prepared, you can capitalize on these plays over and over and over. That's literally 50%. And I only risked $1,000 and I made 50% in an hour and a half right here. And now I'm done working for the rest of the day. So tell me what you think of this video below, if it makes any sense to you. And yeah, I'm just so grateful to be able to share this with you, and together we grow.